York's classic rock, Q1043.
Sebastian Maniscalco is with us this morning here at Q104.3. The tour is called the Nobody Does This Tour. And just taking a quick look, Sebastian, at your area appearances, Sunday, December 26th, Prudential Center. Monday, UBS Arena. Tuesday, December 28th, Madison Square Garden. Wednesday, December 29th, Barclays Center. Nobody does this.
What am I doing?
Nobody does this. The four major arenas in the metropolitan area, 4 consecutive days. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out if it's ever been done before. I mean, well, obviously UBS Arena is brand new, but we could have thrown Nassau Coliseum in there. It's just astounding. It's
extraordinary. It is.
Oh, thank you. I listen, last time I came to the New York area, we did the 4 Madison Square Garden. So we wanted to kind of change it up a little bit and do something different. So we decided to do kind of 4 arenas in that area. And, New York has been a big place for me to perform. I don't know. Apparently, when I come to New York, every Italian in New York comes out of their house for these things. So the arena smells like cologne, and it's great. It's a great time.
You know what? At Madison Square Garden, if they raised a comedian's name and picture to the rafters, I think you'd be up there.
Oh, that's very sweet. Yeah, it's very. I'm blessed to have the fan base there in New York, and I've been coming there since Gotham Comedy Club, and it's been 2007, 8. So I used to go to the comedy clubs. I used to stay outside the comedy club, take pictures with people, sell DVDs just to kind of get my name out there, and it kind of snowballed into this. People would come with their family and then their friends, and then busloads of people would come, and people kind of resonating with my family stories and coming from an immigrant background. I think people really kind of enjoy that.
Well, Sebastian, there are very, very successful comedians who are very famous and who have their television specials and tour, who will never, ever, ever have an opportunity to set foot on a stage in a big arena that's sold out. I mean, that's a very unique level of success that you have. I mean, you're talking about 17, 18, 19, 20,000 people at a time, and it's you on the stage, and you have to hold their attention all alone. It's not like a music concert where the first note of a favorite song, causes the whole place to cheer and stand up. It's just you.
It's the way I like it. I just did a movie, and in the movie, you don't get that immediate reaction of the crowd, so the validation for me doing comedy up there is the laughter. And then you do a movie and all of a sudden, they yell cut, and you're like, anything? Like there's no nothing. So
no reaction.
I'm looking for a standing ovation, and we're moving on to the next scene. So yeah, comedy is, you can't beat it. It's like, if you fail, it's only you. If you succeed, it's only you. Got nobody to blame. And that's what I like.
Sebastian, when did you first figure out you were funny?
This was more around the kitchen table growing up. That was kind of my first stage, just making my family, my father, my mother, and my sister laugh with stories from school. And I was never the class clown. I was never a goofy guy. I was very quiet, shy. I used to observe a lot, and then used to come home and kind of regurgitate what I saw at school during the day, and I made my family laugh. So I did it with book reports too. I used to love getting in front of the class and making the class laugh, mainly because I never read the book. I figured if I went up there and made them laugh, they would forget I didn't read Catcher in the Rye. So that was kind of my first foray at comedy.
Now you're making a movie about your dad.
Yeah, so I wrote a movie, or co-wrote a movie. It's called About My Father. It's a comedy. It's a love story between a father and a son, and loosely based on my life. And Robert De Niro plays my dad.
Wow.
Okay, now just stop and think about this for a second, Sebastian. You're a kid from Chicago, from suburban Chicago. You have immigrant parents. Your dad, was he a hairdresser, barber, hairstylist?
Yeah.
And Robert De Niro is going to play him.
Doesn't get bigger.
Yeah, crazy. So much so that Robert De Niro, the actor that he is, he wanted to talk to my father about, his nuances. How's he wear his hat? What's in his wallet? What cigars does he smoke? So he invited him to the set. So my dad is on set teaching De Niro how to do highlights on hair, because there's a scene where they're in the salon and De Niro has to do highlights. So I'm sitting there watching my father teach De Niro how to do hair. And then my father comes up to me and goes, "How much am I getting paid for this?" I'm like, "Dad, you're teaching De Niro how to do hair." He goes, "Yeah, but I'm losing money. I got clients at home." I mean, he's 75, he's still doing hair, and he wanted to be compensated as a consultant
Aw,
on the movie. I go,
that's great.
Well, the movie's about him.
yeah,
Cut him a break.
yeah, he wants his due. He wants SAG scale.
Hey, you can afford it. You can afford it. Go ahead. Write the check. And you're doing a food show called Well Done.
Yeah.
And that'll be on Discovery Plus. Now, I know you moved to, you were pretty young when you moved to LA to try to make it there, but you grew up in Chicago. So are you steeped in Chicago culinary history, like Chicago style pizza and Chicago style hot dogs and stuff like that?
Yeah, I love Chicago when it comes to food. Portillo's is my favorite place to get a hot dog, and Lou Malnati's for a pizza. Different style than obviously New York. Love New York food as well. Their pizza is fantastic. But yeah, always had a passion for the culinary arts. Not that I'm some type of amazing chef. I mean, I do cook, fish, chicken, vegetables, what
And
have
you
you.
were a waiter.
I was a waiter at the Four Seasons Hotel for 7 years in Beverly Hills. So familiar with, hospitality and fine dining. But I wanted to do a show based on my interests around the culinary arts. So we do a show about sushi. I always wanted to learn how to make sushi. We went fishing to do a whole episode around fish, dog food, kids food, bartending, all my interests. And it's
Wait a minute. So you make your own dog food?
Well, we go to places and they teach us kind of how they make food for dogs. A lot of these places that we went to were, one was like it's not a gourmet dog food place, but the whole concept behind it is they feed dogs what we eat, chicken and steak and whatnot. It's not seasoned properly because the dogs can't digest it, but yeah, just learning more about dog diet. And we talked to Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, about dogs and what have you. So yeah, it's a fun show. It's not like a type of show where you're going to like copy down recipes. It's just fun comedy, comedians. I got Bobby Lee in there, Fortune Feimster, Whitney Cummings, David Arnold. So a lot of funny people and a lot of really talented chefs.
And speaking of funny people, it seems that some of the world's most successful and best loved comedians put you on a pedestal now. The people that were your heroes tell everybody how great you are.
Yeah.
How does one deal with that? It's like the guy in the band, playing at the the little club in the neighborhood, and all of a sudden Paul McCartney says, "This is my favorite musician."
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, what's happened to me, I never really dreamed, like, for example, the De Niro thing, playing my dad, Jerry Seinfeld, which is a guy that I really watched and studied as a young comedian, with not only his TV show, but his stand-up. And then we met about 5 years ago at the Gotham Comedy Club, and he invited me on his Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. And
and he says you're his favorite comedian.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, it's really, really, I can't really wrap my mind around it. When I came to LA in 1998, my whole goal was just to make people laugh for a living. I didn't have on my vision board, do a movie, do a TV show. This was just, I want to make people laugh doing stand up, and all the other stuff is just kind of gravy. So.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to Northern Illinois University, graduated with a corporate organizational communications degree,
Whoa.
whatever the hell that is, which translates into stand-up comedy, apparently.
Well, Sebastian Maniscalco, the Nobody Does This tour In our area, Sunday, December 26th, Prudential Center in Newark. Monday, December 27th, Belmont Park, UBS Arena, brand new Long Island Railroad station there. Tuesday, December 28th, Madison Square Garden here in Manhattan. And then across the East River to Brooklyn on Wednesday, December 29th, Barclays Center. You can go to sebastianlive.com and get all the information. And it's just incredible taking a look at some of the stuff that you've been doing, working with so many different people, the TV shows, your movie roles. You put together a pilot with Tony Danza for TV. I mean, you've just been a busy, amazingly busy guy. And from what we've been able to determine, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of fans around the world are happy that you're so busy, because that means you get to share your talents with them. And we thank you for sharing your time with us this morning.
I appreciate it, guys. And you have a wonderful holiday season, and we'll see you in New York at the end of the year.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
New York's classic rock, Q1043.